It is a shame that a lot of times what they know about the other person is just based on like what their status is. You know, it's not that they really know that person, it's just that they know like little things and they hold on to that, and somehow that matters the most.
I was a bit much.
Good morning, guys. I'm just on my way to see Granny Bubs. So wow, we are now in the month of November. So November is quite an important month because in Northern Ireland, especially for Isaac because he's in year 7. Year 7 is the final year of primary school, and then after this they move on to something called a secondary school or a high school. But in year 7 they take an exam. They take 2 exams. Depending on how they score in that exam, it will decide what sort of high school that they go to. Isaac has been practicing the CI test since he was in P6, and this is the month he finally takes a test or exams. I always tell him, as long as you try your best, really take your time reading the questions. Oh, sit down, sit. He's restless because I have some treats in my coat. So I could give it to him when I'm at my granny's, but like he can obviously smell it. That was a good boy. Domo and my family dog Troy, they just don't get on. I don't know, I think because they're both male. And Domo being like an elderly dog, he is quite grumpy towards other dogs. But I can't leave Domo at home, like he just doesn't do well. He's just gonna have moments where he's probably in the car for 30 minutes, and then maybe I can put Troy in a different room for 30 minutes so Domo can go in, and we'll just have to find a way. Domo was just chilling in the car while I just did a bit of tidying in the house, and now my granny's getting changed, so we can go out for lunch. But just wanted to bring Domo out for a wee dander. So he's come out with me all day today. I love having you, my little passenger prince. You can chill now, okay? So I have this instant bean curd jelly. So I don't know if anyone else out there that enjoys having tau hu fa, but I just love it. It just reminds me of my childhood. So my mom originally is from Tai Po in Hong Kong, and there is this old lady that I don't think she has a stall there anymore, but she used to sell tau hu fa. I've never made tau hu fa before, I don't know how to. So the only way for me to enjoy it is by having the instant version. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add some boiling water. Let it set for a few minutes. Like lately, I've been so thankful to be able to see my granny so much, but I'm also really noticing her memory is suffering. Obviously, she remembers me. She knows me. It's her short-term memory. It's just the norm now when her and I, like, we go grocery shopping and she'll pick something up, and literally a few minutes later, she will pick up the same thing. Or if I go out and grab groceries of her the day before, she'll completely forget and she'll grab the same stuff. I know for her age, like it's considered normal. But my grandmother, guys, she's always been such a force of nature. She's always been someone who I looked up to. If I were to think of a strong woman, it would be my grandmother. And you know, the older she is, just the more dependent she has become. And she deserves to be treated like a queen. But it makes me sad. But for the most part, you know, she is good. It's been a few minutes, so you can see it's sort of solidified. Oh, good morning, everyone. I'm just getting ready to go see my granny again. I really love this Merit foundation stick. It's probably like my favorite thing. However, I think I need a slightly darker color. So because the past month and a half, I've been visiting my grandmother more because my parents have been away to Hong Kong. Like my granny has really been craving Hoffen a lot. When she eats something, she'll keep eating it over and over and over and over and over again. So she's quite like me. Or I've been taking her to eat in like those Asian places more often, and I do go, but I don't go as often. Like I'm going like a few times a week, and since like we're hanging around in like the Asian supermarket and like the cafes more, she bumps into, I guess, people that like know her or like knows my parents and whatnot. Yesterday I was at the Asian supermarket and I was just packing some grapes for my grandmother, okay? And this man comes over and he was speaking to my grandmother before, so he does know her. And he goes to me, "You should get some grapes for yourself." And I just thought, oh no, it's okay. Like I'm not big on grapes. And I don't know if maybe he just doesn't know, but he was like, "Yeah, but you can get it for your husband." I was just thinking, oh, how does he know my husband? And he was like, "And your mother-in-law, she loves grapes." If he knows my ex-mother-in-law loves grapes so much, shouldn't he know that like she's my ex-mother-in-law? There's just a feeling that he wasn't very genuine and he was probably just saying it to be coy. And that's why I was like, if you like grapes so much, why don't you get some yourself? I think that's a thing with the Chinese culture. Like sometimes people just talk for the sake of talking, and yeah, they can just mind their own business. Belfast has a big enough Chinese community, but I suppose people like know enough about like each other, even though it's very surface. And it is a shame that a lot of times what they know about the other person is just based on like what their status is. And you know, it's not that they really know that person, it's just that they know like little things and they hold on to that, and somehow that matters the most. Yeah, generally I kind of stay away from like the Chinese like community here. And it's not that like the people are bad. I think just the culture, like people kind of just talk for the sake of talking, and because they're talking about other people for the sake of talking, it can be pretty toxic. She never sleeps into the afternoon, but I find that like it's like almost 1 and she's still sleeping. So I'm doing a little bit of digital painting today. It's just easier to bring an iPad with me. So I know I said I'm gonna start doing commissions soon on digital illustrations, but I wanted to do one more first before that happens. And of course, it has to be of sister-in-law and my brother-in-law and their gorgeous daughter, our niece. Especially because I recently got a house, I figured this would be quite a nice Christmas / like housewarming gift. How I start is I just kind of do like a rough sketch of the proportions. So my sister-in-law, she has the most like gorgeous, like beautiful curls. My brother-in-law, he is pretty much just like a darker skinned brunette version of my husband. What I do is I turn down the opacity and I do more of a proper sketch. So kind of like when you're working on an actual painting, you want to just sort of get the broad strokes in. We have to get her a new kettle because her one broke, and I just realized the one that she got is pretty much the same as the new one. Sam was just stretching his legs from the car. She's just very tired these days, and I feel like she's almost kind of like confused. Like I keep asking her like, "What do you want to eat tomorrow?" And she'll just be like, I don't know. Like she doesn't want to think. She doesn't really have energy. She doesn't want to do anything. I hope it's like a wee phase, but I feel like her memory is also really bad. She doesn't remember that we were at the supermarket yesterday. She doesn't remember picking up pork ribs literally like just 3 minutes ago. And she just doesn't really have that spark in her eyes. You know, my granny, she's always been stingy with her expressions, but she just looks miserable. You've been such a good boy, Damo. He has had to spend a lot of time split between the car and in some bursts of moment where he gets to be around my granny's house. But he's very alert. If we were at home, he'd be like sleeping most of the time, but because he's not home, he's quite alert. So by the time we get back home, he's exhausted. So obviously, because we're November, we're not going to see as many blooms, but I still love to come out and study like the leaves. Yeah, not only that, but I look at the trees, I look at the light, you know, even the bushes where the shadows are, even look at the puddles. Although normally when you're out in nature, you definitely don't see shrubs and bushes move